Hi, it's Cindy. You're in the 96.1 The Eagles studio, and I've got a special guest, Christian Lyon, back in town.
Hello.
We met for the first time last year because I did a blog on the Violet Festival.
Yeah.
That's why
right.
you're in town, right?
Yeah.
Do you come back for that every year?
Every year. I come back every year like clockwork.
This year you brought the wife and kids.
Everybody, the whole
we only
family.
had one daughter last year.
That's correct. Yeah, my oldest daughter, who was almost 4 last year. Now she's going to be 5 next month. I have my my 3-year-old, and then I have my 10-and-a-half-month-old.
Okay.
So, and it's the first time that my wife's been back in 3 years.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
you're excited about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's coming in from California. What do you think about the weather?
Oh my Lord! Somebody should have warned me. I mean, I flew in shorts and a T-shirt and figured it's summer in upstate New York.
That's what all his friends are saying. Well, we
Lord.
were going to tell you, but you did grow up here,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Obviously, I forgot.
So how has the acting been going?
It's good. Since we last spoke,
Yes.
it was a busy year for me.
Yes.
The busiest ever. When we spoke last year, I had just shot or was going back. I can't remember the Bold and the Beautiful episode.
Bold and the Beautiful, yes.
And so that was it. And then almost
The gates opened.
Yeah, I was going to say the floodgates opened.
Yes.
The universe responded because it was a month after that I got cast in the John Wells pilot Animal Kingdom,
Yes.
which is going to be airing next week at the premiere.
Is it really?
Yeah, June 14th.
Oh, I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
So,
They've been doing a lot of promo on that, and
Mhm.
they've actually been showing sneak episodes of it. So the pilot aired after the NCAA men's basketball tournament, which was on TNT. I wasn't expecting it. I'd seen a lot of clips, a lot of the commercials, and I saw myself in the clips. But after the basketball tournament, people started texting my wife's friends were saying, "Hey, I just saw your husband on TV," and I'm like, and I got kind of adamant with my wife, and I said, "No, that's the commercial. Make sure they know it's the."
Right.
And she says, "No, there's a sneak preview." So I went to TNT, and sure enough, because of the audience that they had for the tournament, they wanted to capitalize on that. So they
Yes.
showed a sneak preview of the pilot. They did the same thing 2 weeks ago during one of the semifinals or quarterfinals for the NBA finals. Same thing. I'm watching. I'm like, "Hey." A buddy of mine texts me and says, "You're in the opening shot of the new TNT pilot." And I said, "Yeah, it's on." He goes, "Yeah, it's worth." So I clicked over again, and there it is. But it actually will premiere June 14th, which I think it's a Tuesday in a week and a half.
what's your part in this?
I'm a paramedic, and it's the opening scene of the pilot. I've been getting a lot of paramedic, firefighter type roles. Because some of my friends and family back here might remember when I lived back here, I was an EMT and a volunteer firefighter in Dolgeville. And I kind of look a certain way.
You look the part,
so,
yeah.
I get cast a lot as
That's
that
what you
type of
were.
fear. Yeah.
And How to Get Away with Murder.
Exactly.
And
So that's what happened. I got cast in the John Wells pilot. A month later, I get called in for How to Get Away with Murder. I'm in there, and it's a paramedic role, and they don't tell you anything. That's very hush-hush. So I go in, and I've got my script in my hand, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing my lines. And
to the star, too. What's her name?
well, it was Viola Davis.
Viola Davis.
But again, you don't know that when you're auditioning. It was
Right.
to a man, so I'm reading stuff as if it was going to be for a male actor. It wasn't until I booked the part I walked out of that audition. My dad was in town visiting, and I walked out because he came with me to the audition. He waited in the other room, and I walked out and I said, "That's mine." I just knew it. I said, unless they go ethnic or female or whatever, I said, if everything's on the table, it's mine. And literally the next day they called and said, "You booked it." So I went in for my wardrobe fitting, and it was the costume lady said, "Oh, you're going to be doing this with Annalise," and I'm like, and I knew the character. I'm like, "That's Viola." So, and it was a great time because 2 weeks later, after I filmed 3 days on that show, and all my scenes were with her, and it was a pivotal part of the show where she had gotten shot. So all this stuff that's going on with the
It was a great
scene,
episode.
So,
it really was.
So we're there, and she couldn't have been more gracious. Anytime we're rehearsing, it was her. There was even they have a second team, which they call it. No, she'd come in, and we're going downstairs, we're going here, we're going there, and she was right there for us the whole time, and she kept saying, oh my God, I believed every word of that. Or get ready for your NCAA award. That's a slam dunk. And I'm like, good Lord. And then 2 weeks later, she wins the Emmy, becoming the first African American
That
to win it.
was very exciting.
It was exciting time and proud for the fact that I worked on it during that time. So that was great. Follow that up with an episode of Rosewood, opposite Morris Chestnut. Again, a paramedic, but a scene where I'm picking up a deceased body. Morris happens to be in this hotel at the time. He comes in, and we have an exchange there. He wants to know what's going on. I show him the body. We have a few dialogues back and forth, and then out. And then I did my first guest star, where I played an EMT. In the breakdown, they called it a no-nonsense EMT instructor. And that was on the Showtime hit show Shameless. And it's shameless.
No, I have not seen that.
This was the first time I'd seen that episode, because we don't subscribe or hadn't subscribed to Showtime.
Right.
So we didn't ever catch that. I'd heard rumblings about it, and a friend of mine, Harry Hamlin, who was a known actor, had done handful of episodes in the first couple of seasons, and he told me that he was buck naked and butt shots and all that. So I'm like, oh Lord, that's shameless. So we got Showtime to watch my episode, and the episode comes on, and I literally think I was the only one in that whole episode that wasn't fully naked. Much to my wife's, she was very happy about that, because literally everybody was in bed with everybody.
What would you do? What would you do if they wanted you to be naked and do that?
It all depend on the price.
Oh, really?
And it would all depend on the role. So,
would you? Do you have your limitations out of respect for your family and your wife?
I would do a back shot for the right show and the right price. I'm not comfortable doing a how you doing shot.
So it would have to make sense with the script.
Of course,
It
I'm not
can't
just going to do some gratuitous, here I am, and thank you.
Interesting.
So.
Yeah, those are things that people that live here don't ever have to worry about.
Yeah. So, and I try to keep myself in shape. And,
yes, you're looking very good. Yes,
couple years away from 50. So I'm. You gotta do what you can to stretch those years out that you are castable for certain types of roles. So
now the show that you're doing on TNT that's coming up next
Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. What is the name of that?
It's called Animal Kingdom.
What is your part in there?
I'm a paramedic, and so.
And is it just the one?
Just that one. It's
okay.
just that one episode. Yeah. Who knows? You never know, because once the show gets picked up, which it has, and down the road they need another paramedic scene or whatever, I would hope that they would come back to me, because it's a community that it's shot in, and so you'd think that they'd have the same paramedic as opposed to seeing 25 different paramedics over the course of the show. So, but again, you never know. You go, you shoot your role. Thank you very much. Do the best you can. Get your paycheck. Cash it. On to the next thing.
On to the next.
Yeah, because if you sit there thinking, please call me, please, it'll drive you crazy. You can't do that.
Right.
So, but I got a few other things in the works.
You wanted to do some stuff out here.
Yeah, and that's still, speaking of Harry Hamlin, he's a friend of mine. I've been writing a script based on my upbringing back here, because they say, write what you know, act what you know. Well, what do I know? I know small town USA. I know upstate New York. So I've been writing the script for a while, and I had a reading last July at my dear friend who recently passed away, Doris Roberts.
We'll get to Doris
so
in
it was
a minute.
at her house. It was Doris, it was Harry. I had Rich Redmond, who's the drummer from Jason Aldean's band. He was in town, he came up. I had a handful of my, celebrity friends that read my script, and everybody was very...
Naming names.
I'm sorry, I dropped a couple of them there.
Name dropper.
Yeah.
No, that's okay.
But, if I'm going to have my script read, why not have it read with the best? Not that other friends can't do a good job at it, but it's like, these are
the
people...
pros.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they can give you feedback.
Exactly. And these guys said, you got something. That's I really yeah. So
Who are you bringing out? Is Harry going to come out? I know that you and I spoke, and I
Yeah.
don't remember if it was off the record or not. Doris, I know, had plans.
Yeah.
Doris Roberts, who just passed away, had plans
Yeah,
to
so-
come out and be a huge part of
Yeah,
this.
yeah. So we'd
How are you doing since
Yeah,
her
it's-
death?
It was kind of, even though, she was 90, and her health had been slipping a little bit in the last year or so. So, when you're at a certain age and your health is going, we only have a limited time here. So, but when the call came in, I literally had to pull over because it was unexpected. A friend of mine who owns the Beverly Hills Playhouse where we all study, called me. It was 7 o'clock in the morning, and it gives me chills just now.
I know.
And he says, he sent me a text. He says, "How you holding up?" And I'm like, "Okay, did I miss something?" And the phone rang instantly. He goes, "Oh man, I'm so sorry. I thought you would have known." And I'm like, "No, what?" And he told me that Doris passed away. I'm like, "Oh man." I literally had to
Yeah, I know. You
pull
two
over
were
the side of the road.
so
Yeah,
close.
yeah. So
You were
she
very,
was-
very, very
Oh,
close.
Yeah, she was a good friend, and we had a lot of good times together. And we would, at the Beverly Hills Playhouse, she'd asked me, she goes, "Let's find another scene to work on," because it's a scene study class we've been at for years. And she said, "Let's find something else to work on," and wanted to keep her craft going and keep her chops up. And so that was just a month earlier. And so and she was on stage at the Playhouse the week prior. She had directed a play back in the mid '90s, and she had brought a scene back to with some new actors in our class to showcase it again. And that was literally a week before. So I mean, she was working right up till.
Yeah. Was the last she did the Doritos commercial that
Correct,
we
yeah.
all had our fingers
Yeah, I
crossed.
know. That was a great
that
commercial
she,
too.
It
Yeah,
really,
yeah,
really was.
Yeah.
Was that the last thing that she did on camera?
No, she did a short for Mark Cherry, who was the creator of Desperate Housewives and Devious Maids, and she had worked. I want to say it was like 3 weeks or a month prior, like 12, 14-hour days on this short over the course of a week or a weekend or something like that. That, I believe, is the last that she was on camera. Now, I don't know if that's going to see the light of day or if it was something that they were just testing out for like a potential show down the road. I don't, who knows.
Right.
So.
All right. Well, thank you for
Yeah,
stopping
certainly,
in.
my pleasure. Always fun.
Once a year. I do get to see you once
Yeah,
a year
totally.
when you come back,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So.
This is Christian Lyon, and we want to thank him for coming in.
Thank you. There you have it. Thanks.